upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Here's a four-receiver look now. Three of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8.
Check go.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Gibbs. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Viking 18. Let's go now.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You look at this Packers defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
2nd and 9 now. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now Lutz for the field goal try. There'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Come on, set. Hook.
Here's Love. Quick slant to Watson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
To throw now. Here's Love. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. The Packers at 12-4 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Trap 60, trap 60. Set. Get up.
Love looking to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Ready.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
Mustang 19. Set.
Throwing. Love. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10.
60 Eagles, 60. Let's go now. Ready.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Ready.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Go! Shut up! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Check go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football, or you're going to cost your team chances.
Shut up!
Gibbs on the toss left.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Hiking, 18! 18, Rattler, 18. Come on, come on.
They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Street! Ready?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win.
Buffalo,
But a nice
18.
job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now Love. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Let's go. Hot.
Love now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Ready?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he'll just get rid of it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go, set. Curve 19, curve 19. Hut.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Get up.
Back to throw again.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Ready.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Keyshawn Nixon now going to bring it out of his end zone.
And he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
They'll roll him out right.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route. and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Panther Street. Panther Street. Ready?
They'll drop to throw.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go with a keeper. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Set up.
Love. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And Watson has it right side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of...
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
The Packer offense and Jordan Love staying out there, so they're going to try to go for 2.
Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they get...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! A great play there.
70 yards. And the Bisons are back within a score.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10
right at the 30.
Here we go, shot.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready,
Play fake. Here's Love. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
The 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a
Bobcat.
solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Third quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw again.
Sideline pass to Jacobs, complete.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
70 Timberwolf. Ready?
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Packers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done it.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Love from the gun. Being chased out left. And he's got his big tight end here. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Dragon 60. Come on, come on.
Working out of the gun. Love. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. On now is the Packers punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Wolf on now for the extra point.
And that will make this a 16-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show.
And that's caught inside the 35. And touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
70 yards.
And the Bisons get a
Panther
bit closer.
60, Panther 60.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the fourth. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Ready?
Here's Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
A give, it's Jacobs off the option.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down.
Now, defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And his kick here is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Ready, set.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down.
Down.
Back to throw. Love. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Warrior 70. Check, Bobcat. Check, Bobcat. Check, go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Lucas Van Ness
drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Now back to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Here's 1st and goal.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
They'll try and sneak it here. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone.
Go!
Gibbs.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list.
And the Bisons are able to cut into that deficit.
Lutz with the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because We've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half,